guy, you know. We're gonna label him like this unicorn thing. Everybody's been a unicorn over the last few years, but he's more like an alien. No one has ever seen anyone.
Why is one 21-year-old French kid forcing NBA teams to scrap their playbooks and change the way NBA players play?
Seen before. Yesterday they played Memphis, right? It was a 3-on-1.
Yes.
Did you see that?
Yes.
Did you see that?
They stopped. They just stopped.
Yo, that was the craziest clip I ever seen. I was like, yo.
Victor Wembanyama has single-handedly slashed paint efficiency to a measly 46.9% when he's near, compared to the league's 67.8% average. This guy has single-handedly turned his defense into no-fly zones, while his offense makes 7-footers shoot like Steph Curry. This is the reality of the league right now. Victor Wembanyama's game is affecting every team. It's causing such major changes moving forward with the future of the NBA. Even Wemby himself fired a warning shot, but we'll get to that later. First things first, Victor Wembanyama is not just tall. The alien factor is the fact that he can move, shoot, and create at 7'4" in ways no player in NBA history ever has. It's making NBA players change their ways. They either have to get smarter.
I think we got smarter. We got a little smarter. We tried to do stuff to kind of keep him occupied and keep him out the paint. But I mean, he's one step. He could be on the three-point line one step, and he's contesting the shot at the rim.
Or they get scared.
3-on-1. They threw that back like it was somebody we were playing on a Nerf against kids.
That's crazy. They want no parts of that.
Or they think he's Neo.
I mean, I feel like I'm watching a different sport. Like I'm just watching somebody who plays at a different level, on a different plane of existence. He is in the Matrix.
Just think about it for a sec. Centers aren't supposed to pull up from 27 feet like a shooting guard, but Wemby is already hitting threes off the dribble. During his rookie year, he knocked down over 150 threes, something even Anthony Davis or Kevin Garnett never touched in their early years. When you add that to his turnaround jumpers and step backs, you suddenly realize you can't guard him.
Hey, Shaq, back in the day you couldn't guard him. I know. You could not guard him. So anything you say on TV, that does not matter. You never face something like this.
He's too quick for a big man, and he's too tall to be stopped by a smaller player. But that's not the worst of it. Wemby's ball handling is jaw-dropping. Wemby can grab a rebound, push the break, and run the offense like a point guard. We're not talking about a once-in-a-blue-moon coast-to-coast play either. This is becoming part of his gameplay.
Above Carrington. Oh! Wemby pinned it against the backboard.
That was rude, Victor. Treating your countrymen like that.
Castle. No. Wemby the putback finish.
But where he really breaks the game is his rim protection. Wemby led the league in blocks as a rookie, averaging over 3 per game. But it's how he blocks the shots that separates him. It's not just on smaller guys driving to the rim. He's blocking three-point shooters on the perimeter, swatting floaters in the mid-range, and basically shrinking the court to where players are scared to shoot. This leads us to the next question. What does having all these skills with his size mean for the NBA? You see, if Wemby's skills were attached to a 6'7" frame, we'd just be calling him another oversized guard. What makes him terrifying is that all those skills come in a 7'4" body with an 8-foot wingspan. Let's talk about the wingspan first. An 8-foot wingspan means he stretches out his arms. He's basically touching both sides of the paint without moving. And the NBA has never had someone with that much reach, also capable of dribbling and shooting like this.
Percentage is not good tonight. We're looking like the Kansas City Chiefs.
Oh, that works. Another Paul screen. Wembanyama, shot clock going down. Steps through, fades away, banks it in.
And until you're on the floor and you're on the floor with Wemby, you don't really get it, how quick he can cover ground and get to those shots.
You know, at that size, I still don't know how he moves. I watch him and I don't think it's real.
And the reason no one really understands how he moves is because for decades, teams relied on help defense rotations. A guy gets beat, the rim protector rotates over, and the weak side helps. But with Wemby, sometimes he doesn't even need to rotate. His wingspan covers so much ground that he can literally stunt at the ball handler and still recover to block the shooter in the corner.
Chad, dude, the Wemby, that's the evolution of that type of athlete where you don't know what's gonna happen. They can post, they can shoot the three, they can defend, they can block shots, they can change the game, they can not score and change the game.
Therefore, players these days are so scared to shoot the ball when he's around. This translates to the fact that offensive players now only attempt 45.6 shots per 100 possessions in the paint when Wemby plays, compared to 52 when he doesn't. Can you imagine? This French kid has changed the way the NBA players play, and it's only gonna get worse, and I can explain why. These days, it's almost like the fear of Wemby is the beginning of wisdom on the court now. Like, we really do see attackers pull up earlier, sidestep, or reroute around him. Others may drive into the paint, but once they see Wemby, they pass out instead of finishing. And like the one against Memphis and that Joakim Noah was talking about, even in fast breaks or transition, opponents just can't decide on who should attempt the shot. So the question that teams will try to answer this season is, if one player can guard all 5 positions effectively, how do you even build an offense to beat him? Because spacing, pick and rolls, drive and kick, all of those modern strategies depend on forcing defensive rotations, and Wemby erases those advantages with sheer reach. But then, the wingspan is not just for defense alone. That wingspan is an offensive weapon too. Smaller defenders try to play physical, but it doesn't matter. Wemby doesn't even need to jump high to dunk. One dribble inside the three-point line, extend, and the ball's in the basket. That kind of reach means he doesn't need space to get a shot off. He creates space just by existing. However, as crazy as all this sounds, can Wemby's influence reach the level of Steph Curry's influence? Can this one French kid cause that much change in the NBA?
Does Wemby have the capacity to change the game with the same impact as Steph?
Hell yeah. He's a rarity. He got a little KD. He learning how to be a little Giannis this year, and he ain't afraid.
Well, of course, Draymond Green disagrees with that.
I think hell no. There's a 0% chance Wemby's impact can be even remotely close to Steph.
But only time can tell what will happen. Because if Wemby gets hurt with his slim frame, there's no telling what could have been for this generational talent. And we all know that the NBA is littered with giant players whose bodies couldn't handle the grind. Think about it. Yao Ming was a generational center, but his feet gave out. Greg Oden was drafted ahead of Kevin Durant because his size was supposed to change the league. However, injuries had other plans for him. So the worry is always the same. Bodies that tall aren't built to take 82 games of pounding. But once again, Wemby is one step ahead. Listen to what he said on Media Day.
So, the traumatic experience you talked about is very much linked to all the stuff I've done this summer. There's this will obviously to come back and rehab and be better to become even better than before.
From going to train with monks in China to working with Kevin Garnett, Tim Duncan, and other NBA legends, Wemby knows he needs to get stronger. Also, the Spurs have already been preparing for this from day one. Their training staff has been designing a completely different conditioning program for him. And here's some proof that it's working. In his rookie season, he played 71 games. For a 7'4" teenager coming into the league, that's huge. Compare that to Chet Holmgren, who missed his entire first year, or Zion Williamson, who still can't stay healthy consistently. Wemby showing up night after night is a big deal. If Wemby really can stay on the floor, then the rest of the league is in serious trouble, because durability was the last if. With skills, size, and now proof of health, we're not just talking about a promising rookie anymore. We're talking about a player who could end up holding a record no one else touches. And remember when I said he fired a warning shot at the league? Here's the warning shot.
I'm worried for the opponents in a couple years.
Yeah, we kinda get it, Wemby. I mean, this guy is combining things we've never seen in one package, and doing it in an era that amplifies it all. Starting with the numbers. As a rookie, this one French kid averaged 21.4 points, 10.6 rebounds, 3.9 blocks, and 3.6 assists per game. Listen to that again. Nobody in NBA history has ever put up that exact blend of scoring, rebounding, passing, and rim protection in their first year. Rookie Shaq didn't, rookie Duncan didn't, rookie Kareem didn't. If that all happens in year one, what will happen when he fills out his body, sharpens his jumper, and fully learns the NBA game? Not to mention the fact that today's spacing, pace, and rule changes serve to enhance his game. Like, Wemby has more possessions, more freedom, and more shooting around him than past big men ever did. That's why his ceiling is higher. But how far do you think Wemby can go in his third year? Let's hear your thoughts in the comments. And if you enjoyed this video, then you should see how something different is unleashing from Victor Wembanyama this season next.